Let me ask you something. How many times have you waited for the perfect moment to start? How often have you told yourself you'd begin when you felt ready, when you were inspired, when the motivation finally kicked in? That's the real game changer. Discipline is not flashy, it doesn't make big promises, it doesn't show up with fanfare, but it shows up every single day. And in the end, it wins. We've all been there, waiting, hoping, expecting some magical force to light a fire under us. And in a world full of distractions, short attention spans, and quick dopamine hits, discipline is becoming a rare and valuable currency. It's about building habits that support your goals, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about choosing long-term gain over short-term pleasure. When you wake up early, even though no one would blame you for sleeping in, motivation will help you go to the gym for a week or two. But what happens when you're tired? What happens when the excitement wears off? If you're only relying on motivation, you'll start skipping days. You'll make excuses. Eventually, you'll stop. But if you're disciplined, you go whether you feel like it or not. And that consistency transforms your body. Not because you always wanted to do it, but because you did it anyway. When you keep going, even though quitting would be easier, discipline is forged in those private victories. And over time, those small decisions compound into extraordinary results. But once that video ends and real life returns, what are you left with? You're left with your habits, your discipline, your ability to show up even when no one is cheering. It's about being honest with yourself, especially when no one's watching. But the truth is, motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like a summer breeze. The setbacks will show up. You won't always feel inspired. That's when discipline must take over. It's the bridge between your goals and your reality. And the stronger that bridge is, the more resilient your progress becomes. And if you rely on it to build your life, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of inconsistency, frustration, and unfinished goals. Motivation might give you the push to start, but discipline is what keeps you going. The reason discipline is the new motivation is because it removes choice from the equation. When you're motivated, you ask yourself if you feel like doing something. When you're disciplined, the answer doesn't matter. You do it because it needs to be done. You do it because you committed to it. You do it because the future you're building depends on your consistency today. Think about the most successful people you know. Are they driven by constant excitement, or are they anchored by relentless discipline? The truth is, even the most inspired individuals don't feel motivated every day. Olympians don't wake up every morning excited to train. Entrepreneurs don't always feel energized to solve the next problem. Writers don't always have the spark to write their next page, but they do it anyway, because their discipline is stronger than their mood. This is why discipline is powerful. It doesn't wait for emotion to catch up, it leads, it directs. It carries you when your enthusiasm fades. Now, here's something important. Discipline is not about perfection. It's not about punishing yourself or running yourself into the ground. That's where real growth happens, in the quiet moments when no one is clapping for you. Let's take a closer look at how this works. Imagine you want to get in shape. The same goes for your career. You can be excited about starting a new business, writing a book, learning a skill, but the grind will come. The world often glamorizes motivation. We see it everywhere. Videos filled with intense music, passionate speeches, and soaring visuals. They're great for a temporary boost. So how do you build discipline? How do you turn it from a concept into a daily force in your life? It starts with clarity. Know what you want, not just in a vague way, be specific. What are you working toward? Why does it matter to you? When your vision is clear, your actions have purpose. Discipline thrives in routines. Build systems that support your goals. Wake up at the same time. Set daily targets. Limit distractions. Make the path simple. The more decisions you remove, the easier it becomes to stay on track. Discipline becomes easier when you know the why behind your efforts. Next, you must create structure. Then comes accountability. Tell someone your goals. Track your progress. Be honest about your slip-ups. Discipline doesn't mean never failing. It means getting back up quickly. The pain of discipline is far lighter than the pain of regret. Stop hoping to feel ready. Start now. Take one small step. Build momentum. Let your actions create the feeling, not the other way around. Because the most powerful people in the world don't wait for the perfect conditions. They act despite them. Your future isn't shaped by what you do once in a while. It's shaped by what you do consistently. Not when it's easy, not when it's exciting, but especially when it's hard. Skipping that workout today feels good in the moment, but a year from now, will you be proud of that choice? It doesn't beg for motivation. It just shows up every day, with or without applause. And that choice, repeated over time, rewires who you are. It builds confidence, it creates results, it changes your life. A promise that no matter how you feel, you will show up. That you will honor your word. That you will keep building, brick by brick, even if no one else sees it yet. Blowing off that opportunity now may feel convenient, but will your future self thank you for it? Become the person who doesn't need it. Be the one who moves forward anyway. Because discipline is the new motivation. And once you understand that, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Discipline asks you to endure discomfort now so you can enjoy fulfillment later. Regret does the opposite. It gives you ease today, but it costs you deeply in the long run. It means adjusting, learning, and continuing forward. It was built on the quiet, daily decision to keep going, to keep showing up, to keep choosing the harder ride over the easier wrong. Also, celebrate progress. Too often we ignore our growth because we're so focused on the end result. But every step counts. You won't always see changes right away, but that doesn't mean they aren't happening. Trust the process. Trust yourself. People think discipline means you live a boring, rigid life. But in reality, discipline creates freedom. When you're disciplined with your finances, you're free from debt and stress. When you're disciplined with your time, you're free to focus on what truly matters. When you're disciplined with your health, you're free to live with energy and strength. Discipline doesn't confine you. It empowers you. Every disciplined action you take moves you closer to who you want to become. Acknowledge that. Let it fuel you. And finally, be patient. Discipline is a long game. It's not about instant results. It's about steady, consistent improvement. Now let's address a common misconception. And here's the truth most people avoid. So if you find yourself waiting for motivation, stop. Stop waiting for the stars to align. They know that discipline doesn't require permission. When you choose discipline, you choose growth. You choose integrity. You choose to be someone who follows through. So the next time you don't feel like doing the work, remember this. Discipline is not a punishment. It's a gift you give yourself. And one day you will look back and realize that the life you created wasn't built on fleeting moments of inspiration. Motivation might get you started, but discipline finishes the race. So don't wait for motivation.